A beautiful new girl just walked into town. When the boy saw her, in a single glance, he was in love. She took his picture in this stolen moment that somehow sparked a real connection. And it somehow worked out. They do it wherever they can. But their perfect summer romance shatters when he discovers she's been cheating on him with his own best friend. This is the story of how one girl's secret affair turned a lifelong friendship into a war. The story begins in Nebraska City in 1991. We see two high school students, AJ and Moose, at a dog racing track. They're arguing over which dog to bet on with the little money they have. After some debate, they put their money on one dog, and as luck would have it, they win. Moose tries to hail a cab, but it drives off before he can get in. So AJ flags down another driver with a $20 bill and tells him to get them across the bridge, fast. The driver is a bit crazy, but he gets them to the other side. We soon see a school bus and realize that AJ and Moose snuck away from a field trip to cross the border and gamble, hoping to make some quick cash. Later, they're in a garage, mixing something in a large tub. We realize they're brewing their own brown juice. After a taste test, they decide it's perfect and name their company Real Brown Juice. Moose comes up with a plan. If they sell each bottle for $20, they can make a fortune. AJ points out they need money to start, but Moose says they'll just keep betting twice a week to fund the business. They start bickering, which is something they do often, but they're still the best of friends. Flush with their winnings, they head to a Nike store, buy new shoes, and even leave a tip for the shop owner. On their way home, they're jumping and celebrating, full of energy. At AJ's house, his sister, Chrissy, is practicing a dance routine. At the dinner table, AJ's parents start questioning him and Moose. They know the boys went across the border to gamble again and can smell smoke on them. When they deny it, Moose gets nervous and runs off. AJ tells his parents he has a system for making money, but his dad dismisses it, saying a 14-year-old can't have a system and that what they're doing is illegal. He grounds AJ, telling him he can't leave the house for the rest of the summer and that he has 1 week to find a real job or he's coming to work with him. AJ goes to Moose's house and tells him the plan is ruined. He's stuck at home for the summer. As they're talking, a car pulls up next door and a beautiful girl gets out. AJ stares, but when she catches him looking, she gives him the middle finger. Later, as AJ and Moose are arguing outside, a car with two boys from their school and throws something. They shout an insult and speed off. Just then, another guy pulls up in a mini truck. It's their friend, Shane. They get in, and Shane tells them he has the keys to a community swimming pool that's closed for the summer, but is still maintained by the government. They head over to the pool, and AJ has Shane try his homemade Real Brown Juice. As they're swimming, AJ asks Shane if he can get them jobs as lifeguards at the pool for the summer. Shane says he'd love to, but there's a problem. Shane tells them the snack shack by the pool is for rent and suggests they could run it as Cabana Boys. So AJ and Moose fixate on a new plan. The next morning, as AJ is mowing the lawn and sneezing from allergies, the pretty girl from next door walks over. "Hey, stupid," she says, and starts snapping photos of him. He wipes his nose on his dad's old handkerchief. "Don't you have your own?" she asks, just as her mom calls her in. That night, AJ convinces his parents to let him and Moose go out for a study session, but they head straight to the city auction to bid on the snack shack lease. They pool all their money, even breaking into their own piggy banks, and win the lease for $3,001, while a room full of adults laughs at them. Back home, AJ's dad, a judge, is furious. He tells them they've wasted their entire life savings on a broken-down hot dog stand. Just then, a neighbor calls. "Your boys are brewing alcohol in my basement." The dads rush over, dump all the beer down the drain, and AJ's mom tells him that money was for his college and a car. AJ and Moose show up at the snack shack and find it's a filthy wreck. To raise cash for repairs, they do odd jobs, and Moose even brings over free stuff he found to sell. On the way, he runs into the girl with the camera again. "Where are you going, stupid?" she asks. He asks for her name. She rolls her eyes. "Are you hitting on me, stupid?" Then she asks if there are any summer jobs at the pool. Can you swim? He asks. Her name is Brooke. Later, as AJ and Moose are hauling supplies into the shack, Moose proudly shows off a 5-year-old freezer he got from the morgue. Yes, the morgue. Moose tells AJ to set everything up and clean the place, then ditches him. AJ blasts music, dances while he sweeps, and is lost in the moment when Brooke walks in. Hello, stupid. He freezes. Your dance moves suck, she says. Help me. She steps inside. AJ is already falling for her. She asks if he talked to Shane about a job. Shane gives her a swimming test. She passes, and since she's older than them and a good swimmer, she's hired as a lifeguard. Afterward, she asks AJ for a ride home. He says he's busy, so she shrugs and leaves. You're an idiot, Shane tells him. The next day, Shane visits AJ's parents, whom he's known since he was a kid, and smooths things over. He asks AJ if he wants to go on a trip to Alaska with him. AJ says his mom will never agree, but Shane tells him not to worry. He'll handle it. Later, Shane gets them high and takes them to another dog track, and overconfident, AJ bets all his money on one race. Another gambler taunts him, "Not your lucky day, kid." For a second, it looks like he's right, but then AJ's dog pulls ahead and wins. The next morning, Moose calls him, frantic. It's 9:30, where are you? AJ rushes to the swimming pool. When he arrives, Moose is ecstatic. It's been insane, he says. We made $50 in a half hour. We could clear $1,000 a day. They get to work, and by the end of the day, they've made $1,600 and sold out of everything. That evening, as they're cleaning up, AJ feels a pang of guilt. He's in love with Brooke, and all this feels wrong. As the four of them head home, the police show up, and they scatter. AJ goes looking for Moose and Brooke, and finds them in a corner, kissing. His heart sinks. The next morning, AJ is back at the shack, but Moose is off talking to Brooke, leaving AJ to run the place alone. He's furious. This becomes a pattern over the next few days. Moose chasing Brooke, AJ doing all the work. They're making a ton of money, which is great, but AJ is miserable. One afternoon, the guy who lost to AJ at the dog track shows up at the shack looking for a fight. AJ, Moose, and Shane team up and send him packing. AJ is still angry about Brooke, and as he and Moose are walking home, he tells Moose he's going to Alaska with Shane next summer. All the plans are made, he says. Moose is upset. We're a great team, he says. How are we going to make money if you're gone? Just then, the two guys they beat up earlier show up and give them a beating. After the bullies leave, the two friends pick themselves up and head home. As AJ is about to go inside, Brooke calls to him. Do you know how to paint? She asks. He thinks she means the street, but she holds out her hands. No, stupid. My nails. As he paints her nails, she tells him Moose isn't her type. AJ takes her camera and snaps a photo of her, the old feelings rushing back. At dinner that night, AJ repays his dad for all the money he took from his savings account and gives his parents 2 tickets for a trip. His dad is proud of him. Later, as AJ is getting ready for bed, his phone rings. It's Moose. It's Friday night. Let's go out, he says, but AJ is too tired and hangs up. A few minutes later, a rock hits his window. It's Brooke. She takes him out for a walk, and as the mood turns romantic, they're about to kiss when Shane pulls up. He takes them to an illegal drive-in movie. Inside, they find Moose, who's angry at AJ for lying about being tired. Just then, the police raid the place, and the 3 of them hide behind the screen. In the darkness, Brooke grabs AJ's crotch. The next day at the shack, the 2 friends are still angry at each other. Brooke shows up, and Moose tells AJ to watch the store while he goes to talk to her. He brags to AJ, "You think she's into you, but last night she gave me a good time." It turns out Brooke grabbed both of their crotches in the dark. He gets angry and leaves. On his way out, he runs into Shane, who tells him, "Brooke is into you, not Moose." That night, AJ goes to the party. Brooke tells AJ she only shushed them to keep them from getting caught, and he leans in to kiss her. But just as he does, Moose walks in, sees them, and storms off, furious. AJ runs after him. He tries to explain, but Moose turns and punches him hard. "I don't want to see you again," he says, and walks away, leaving AJ with a split lip and a broken friendship. AJ skips the rest of the party and goes home, his heart aching. The next morning, he stays in bed, too miserable to go to the snack shack. He looks out his window and sees Brooke laughing with another guy. It feels like a punch to the gut. When he finally drags himself to the shack, he finds it trashed. Someone broke in and wrecked the place. Moose is already there, quietly sweeping up the mess. From now on, he says without looking up, you take Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I'll take the rest. The easy magic of their friendship is gone, replaced by a cold, formal schedule. The next day, Brooke finds AJ at the shack. What is this, stupid? She asks, gesturing to the awkward tension between him and Moose. AJ, angry and hurt, slams the shutter down. The next morning, back at the pool, AJ apologizes to Brooke for his behavior. Later, he's at the mall with his mom and sees Moose with his mom. They walk right past each other without a word. The silence between them is louder than any argument. The next day, as AJ is mowing the lawn, Shane pulls up and wishes him a happy birthday. AJ goes inside, and a few minutes later, Brooke is at his door. She gives him a framed photo, a picture she took of him that first day, looking surprised and a little lost. No one is home, so they go inside. In his room, Brooke tells him her dad got a job transfer to Germany, and she's leaving soon. She asks him if he has a but just as things are about to get serious, AJ's dad comes home. Downstairs, his dad's face is grim. I just got a call from the mill, he says. There was an accident on Route 75 about a half hour ago. Shane's gone. The words hit AJ like a physical blow. He starts to cry, then runs out the door, not knowing where he's going. A moment later, Brooke pulls up in her car. Get in, she says softly. They drive to the pool, where Moose is already sitting on the edge of the empty deck, alone. When he sees AJ, he stands up, and the two friends finally hug, crying together. Their anger and jealousy washed away by a wave of shared grief. Their friendship is back, stronger than before. In the days that follow, AJ and Brooke fall into a gentle, easy love. AJ and Moose are back to their old selves, laughing and planning. One afternoon, as AJ is heading home, he sees Brooke packing her car. I thought you were leaving tomorrow, he says, his voice catching. The order came in early, she replies. She hands him a handkerchief, embroidered with the word stupid, and a photo of him and Shane, both of them grinning. Then she's gone. AJ walks back to his house and sits on the porch next to his dad. His dad looks at him, then quietly hands him a can of beer. For the first time, the film ends on this bittersweet, emotional note. If you're still here, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe. It really helps a lot. You can also watch more explanation videos by clicking on the videos on your screen.